Hey everyone, I'm Candace.
I'm Latoya.
And I'm Sherelle.
And we are Sisters Unscripted.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We are completely unscripted, where we talk about all the things, all the shit, whatever we want, from the eyes of Black sisters. So stay and kick it with us.
Let's get into it.
That basically goes into today's topic where we are rewinding back to all the things that we did as kids to each other, right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
And
how are we still alive? How are we still alive? Some of the things that we did to each other.
You know, prayers and blessings. Well, I mean, what's one of the things that we can recall back from the childhood days from why we should be not here anymore?
Well, and what made me start thinking about it is, like all the stuff on social media. I mean, it's not as prevalent anymore, but what has been going on, like, how they have like the Tide Pod challenges. They have all these weird challenges on social media with kids these days because they're just trying to get instant viral famous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't do anything like that, obviously, but still, we did things that were crazy that probably could have gotten ourselves killed.
Probably. I mean, but we didn't, have the I don't want to say it's a luxury, but I would say we didn't have, social media outlets and stuff to like make us want to do those things. It was just called rage
And just our fun imaginations, I guess.
Yes. And being kids, you know.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I really remember, there's two things that I remember. That one I did to you guys and one that you did to me.
Do tell, sister.
That was Latoya, by the way.
So I remember I would take little bags and then like make little air pockets and then just like go up to your guys' ears and pop them and then it would give you guys rings. Remember that?
I don't remember that.
I probably blocked that.
Yeah, so you guys
Clearly.
are hearing, you're welcome.
And so you are telling us when we are like next to your ear talking and being ourselves.
Wow.
And you're like, hey, y'all, I'm going deaf. Like my ears are, I got tested recently and they said I'm losing some of my hearing. So can you like please back up?
That's called instant karma.
That's called karma, girl.
No.
Yes.
Listen, that is when I was younger.
Hold on. Let me check in with karma right now. Hold on. She said yes.
Calm down. Anyway, yeah, that was a very interesting one.
You
Like,
did that?
Yeah, dude. And like you, Candace, would give me some good reactions. If you wouldn't have
Like a beat down?
No, just the whole like, Terrell, stop! You're making me ring, and it's like, well, no, duh. Yeah, and
listen, guys. Candace here. She still does she doesn't do the popping of that so we don't get the rings in our ears anymore, but she does do things for the reaction still to this day.
duh,
As a
younger
mid-30
sister. That's
Black woman.
That is still my role, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
What do you love about it?
Is it the attention part?
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I don't know.
Something I'm going to need you to
Figure out.
think about, go
Think
deep
out.
down into yourself.
Starting with the man in the mirror.
That was horrible.
That was.
But yeah, dig deep down, and I'm curious about why. Why? Tell us. Was it human nature or was it just Sherelle nature?
Why?
Stop!
Two Michael Jackson references in less than 5 minutes. Anyway, all right. Now I'm like, there's like a vague sort of like unlocking memory coming
I'm
through.
I ain't done yet.
Oh,
I said two.
no.
I said two.
All right.
One I did to you guys, and then the other one was when you guys would. I swear to God, you guys would put me through these stupid fucking princess challenges.
What?
Do you remember that?
Maybe. Hold on. Stop 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Candace hit. I'm wondering if that's from 213.
I'm sure it was.
Me to the house.
It probably was. Strong like was Lamo.
Probably.
Patrick
That's
Swayze,
exactly
Wesley
how it came
Snipes.
from.
No.
It probably was from that.
Yeah, that's the first thing that popped into my head when you said between
Me
two
too.
princess challenges.
Yeah, I would have to do some stupid shit.
Like
to be
what?
a princess. The dryer. You guys put me in a dryer.
I remember the dryer stuff, but I don't remember that being like
A part of the
you
princess.
getting princess.
Well, Sherelle, if you want to be a princess, you're gonna have to go in the dryer. I'm like, well, how long? And you're like, however long to become a princess. And then I curl my big ass in a circle.
Because we were
I am telling the story.
I know you
I'm
are, but
taking it
I'm
back.
trying to give them an image of you. So like when we were kids, we still were super.
I farted.
We were that was Sherelle. we were really tall for our age. So like when we were kids, we were probably still like 5, like 4 or whatever when we were kids. We were
Basically,
very
gave
tall.
myself scoliosis so I could fit my ass into this tiny ass dryer. And this wasn't a big dryer because, mind you, we were broke growing up. Okay, the washer dryer probably wasn't even ours. Okay.
Actually, it wasn't.
Well, I don't even remember that. Anyway, so like
funny.
I get in this dryer, okay, and then like at first it seems really cool, right? And then they like turn it on, and I remember looking to my right, and then all of a sudden the big red monster turns on. I was like,
Hello, Sherelle.
I'm like, what is this? And then you guys start the damn dryer, and then I turn, and then there's like a fall. So yeah. And then I'm like, let me out.
I think we all were like rolling, laughing, but also scared for our lives because we were like, "Oh no, what if we broke?" Yep. I think it was silent for like a good second. It was like, "Let me out, guys! Let me out!" We're just dying of laughter, but also scared out of our mind because if we broke that dryer, our ass would have been beat.
Yeah. What was the saying that your ass is grass?
Yes.
Well, which like, what does that even mean?
No one knows. No one knows. But I do remember that moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I do remember that, but I don't remember it being for Princess Point.
But I was going to say, did you, because the audience wants to know,
I'm a
Sherelle.
princess? Hell no. Hell no.
Probably because you'd be popping stuff in our ears, making it ring.
No, because realistically, how am I supposed to become a princess? Y'all are just using me for your fun.
I mean, we were kids.
Yeah, we were,
Tricks are for kids.
and we were kids.
Get out of
But you know, we couldn't even afford tricks.
Nope. Cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
You
Yeah.
couldn't even afford the off-brand.
I know. We put some food coloring in it. We're like, oh, it's Fruity Pebbles.
We were so broke. We were even picky with the cornflakes. We were like, we want the cornflakes when we just open the box, like it's more crispy. We want the top layer of the cornflakes. That's it.
And then like, you know how kids would eat dry cereal? We'd be like eating that like it was like popcorn. Like it was a real treat.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like put a little bit of sugar
on it.
Like,
Yep. Dip it.
like yeah.
like it's some damn dip.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
you know what I call that? Broke life. But wait, hold up. No, we coined a term. We were rich, just on the broke side.
Yep. And that is a phrase that we coined. So thank you.
Yes.
I know this is off topic, so sorry. I'm just gonna ask you guys this real quick.
It's
to get
unscripted.
back on topic. Do you remember like those cornflakes that we would get, the off-brand, and then like you poured yourself? We've talked about this recently, more recent than not. You both poured yourself a bowl, and then like I poured William a bowl, and then I poured the milk in it, and then there was like a bug in there, and it was like walking in the milk, and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, there's a bug. And then you both stopped, looked at each other, and just got up at the same time. And then threw your shit away.
Yeah. I don't remember that, but I do remember. I don't remember that specifically, but I remember. Was it the little white maggot things?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, that's not. But I didn't know we ate stuff that had white maggots in
I
it.
remember grape nuts. There was one time. Oh no, it was Raisin Bran.
Yeah, Raisin Bran.
Dude, I'm
Raisin Bran. And
I'm gagging.
She really
I've
is.
literally never gagged in my life.
It's just protein.
Oh no, but they're maggots.
yeah. But the thing is that's
That's what I
stuff-
called you.
How dare
And
you?
mom,
What, a maggot?
I did just because I was talking shit, and mom was like, "Sherelle," and I think, yeah.
And by you, it was me, Latoya. Okay.
Oh,
I know.
Middle sister.
but dang.
Well, that's what you get. Princess challenges.
You know what? You deserved it. We'll get into that soon.
But Yeah, the maggots in it was the Raisin Bran.
I do remember that. That's why sometimes when I get Raisin Bran, I'm like, do I really want
Yep,
this? But I'm
same.
like, but sometimes it does slap. as
Yeah.
the kids.
Oh, I
say
love
nowadays.
raisin bran. I'll eat the shit out of it. The crunchy ones. With
Yeah.
the two raisin nut scripts.
Well, nowadays they upgraded it. Remember that it's been upgraded since, but the
What, more
OG. No. No, they have like the oats and stuff that Cheryl's talking about, like with like the oats and
like
some
granola and
almonds and
stuff?
stuff. Yeah, granola in
okay.
it. It's pretty tasty,
I'm
actually.
not trying to have the almonds, so.
Oh yeah, because you're allergic.
Right.
Girl is
Yes.
allergic to certain nuts.
And that's no lie. No lie.
Sorry, I was.
But you could have asked my dad that, because speaking of things that we grew up on, okay? So I have a nut allergy, okay? And I know this sounds bad.
That's what she said.
Oh shit!
Nope. Nope. It gets
That's what
worse.
she
It
said.
gets
Joke
even
number
worse.
one.
It gets even worse.
That was Candace.
Sophisticated nuts. I can't have sophisticated nuts, which means
Sophisticated
I can't have
nuts.
macadamians or macadamias, however you pronounce
I
it.
think it's macadamia.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever. And then pistachios and macadamians. Wait, did I just say it again?
Yeah.
You showed it.
Cashews. Those are
the best
absolute
nuts.
no-goes for me.
What are those things?
And I can, it's interesting because, again, I don't mean this in a gross way, but I can put the nut in my mouth. It just can't,
Sorry.
I just can't swallow it, and I can't. You know what? I've had this shit so much. I got it down to a T of what I can and cannot do. So I can have it in my mouth. I can't bite into it, and I can't swallow it. Once when I bite into it and or swallow it, it's a no go. So my dad, our dad, was very big on breakfast. You guys remember that?
Oh, I love breakfast.
yeah.
That's why we love breakfast so much.
Oh well, the breakfast back then was different than the breakfast now. Like
Oh,
breakfast
that's
now is
true.
great.
That's true.
That's
But
true.
like breakfast then, fuck no, dude, fuck no.
Oh, like
No.
the wheat germ.
Oh,
They call it wheat germ.
oh, God, that stuff is nasty. When you said I could taste it again,
Yeah, and then,
I'm
like,
gagging now.
Every other day is hot cereal. Every other day is cold cereal, and like the cold cereal isn't even like the good cereal. I mean,
My
gross.
dad would have the good cereal. He always had the Captain Crunch and stuff.
We're gonna have to talk about that, but continue your story.
Anyway, so he was making breakfast, and I'll say when and my experience is a little bit different from your guys' experience because I lived with dad for a little bit when I turned 11. Anyway, he would make breakfast, and I was really like he made good breakfast, but he would with his pancakes he would always add like some extra stuff to it, which is great, no worries. But this one time it was like wheat pancakes with nuts in it. And I asked him, I was like, what kind of nuts are in it? And he's like, cashews. I'm like, nah, I can't have cashews. And he's all like, why not? I'm like, because I'm allergic to it. And he's like, it's in your head. It's in your head. You're going to eat this. So I'm like,
You're speaking to the Black audience right now because the amount of times we've heard that as Black children, it's in your head.
Yep.
That's a topic in itself. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
yeah. So, I'm going to tell you guys a real story. I tell people an over-exaggerated story, but I'll be honest. I'll keep it real. Anyway, so when my allergies started acting up, I can't fake it. It's literally my body reacts to it, and I eventually throw up. I just don't feel good. It's disgusting. So we were on our way. We were going to leave, but then my allergies started acting up. And then I was like, well, shit, I'm going to throw up. And so I covered my mouth, and then I was throwing up in my mouth, and I was like spewing out puke, where I tell people that I found my dad and I threw up on him to teach him a lesson. Anyway, yeah. Dude, anyway, that was my story. Tell your friends.
Dang, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah, no,
Sis.
for real.
She sure did.
Did
you eat those cashews?
For real. And first of all, excuse you.
Yeah.
Fart again.
Because if my kids were here, they would have been like, you're supposed to say excuse me.
Yes.
And then you would say, excuse me, and then they would say, you're excused.
I do use one of the kids' terms where I'm like, I don't want to do something. I'll be like, no, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm
No,
busy.
thank you. They do.
I'm busy. It's not something that Olivia says all the time. Like, no, thank you. I'm busy.
Still on the cereal train / moving back to the cereal. I want to talk about that awesome story the experience that we had with the cereal at nighttime when our dad
Oh my gosh.
He also was raised in a very strict household. Where he couldn't have like sugary cereals and stuff like that. So when he grew up, he bought all the sugary cereals and stuff when we had monies, which was very rare. Or he would just buy it and kind of like hide it or whatever. Because he's military and we're a military family for a while, we had to ask for permission for everything.
May I open the fridge?
Yep. May I go to the bathroom?
Serious.
Hey, I breathe air. So.
May I live today? But our dad went and bought some like Cap'n Crunch. And now, mind you, like we love us some Cap'n Crunch.
That stuff.
For real. I don't care what anyone says. I love the peanut butter is my favorite. I don't care if people say it rips up your mouth. I will
feeling.
eat it. Okay, I will eat it and be happy about it.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Sorry.
So this night, Dad brought he had like a bowl of cereal, and sometimes he'd brag about it, like, this cereal's so good, and we're like eating that damn cornflake shit. Anyway, so one night, Dad is asleep, and I think it was Candace. So Candace could be, when she was a kid, she was a sneaky one, okay?
I could, yeah.
She was a little bit of a rebellious one, which I loved. And so she woke me and Sherelle up. I think William was too young still at the
I
time.
remember this. I'll just preface this.
Oh, it was awesome. I will never forget it because she goes, wake up. And we're like, what? And she's like, let's go get some cereal. And we're like, what? What cereal? And she's like, Cap'n Crunch. And we're like, well, what about Dad? And it's like, he's sleeping. In the next room, we hear like in there, we're like, okay, he's sleeping. So we like get out of bed. We sneak downstairs like it's Christmas, okay? Like Santa Claus. We're trying to catch Santa Claus, all right? See if there's some presents. That's how excited we were about this. So we're like creeping down the stairs. And then we like get to the kitchen and we pour ourselves some of the cereal. It was the best cereal we ever had in our life. It was so good.
I think I remember this.
Do you remember
vaguely,
that?
Like vague, like not like as vivid as you do, but like I remember like little bits and pieces.
We were like eating, we were laughing, we were like, oh my gosh, we're getting away with this. This is the best cereal ever. And then all of a sudden we heard the snore stop. And we're like, oh no, we're gonna get our ass beat. Like, we're trying to figure out what to do. Like, we look like a comedy act, like running around.
Do we finish eating? Do we finish out?
Do we just throw it away? And like, what do we do? What do we do? And it's like, we're just waiting for Dad to get out of bed and come creeping down the stairs like we're criminals. Like, we were fitting to die, okay? For this bowl of cereal. And then all of a sudden we're like, we heard that again. We're like, okay.
And then we're
Yep. We scarfed that down, snuck back upstairs, got back into bed, and this is us in the bed going,
did we get away with it?
We did.
We did?
We did. We got away with it.
I don't remember that.
That's funny. Honestly, like when you were saying that, I was like, oh my gosh, did we get in trouble? Because
Nope.
wow, because Dad, he'd be like measuring that stuff too.
He would. But I guess it was so new that he couldn't tell.
We must have had a little bit then.
a little taste.
It was like, oh, that tastes so good.
It tasted so good. And I think it was just because we were like, F this. Like, we should be able to eat this cereal.
Right.
Come on now. You like I censored myself?
No, for real. Do you notice though, now that you're older, that, because I notice now, because now that we're adults, we can buy whatever the hell we want, and I buy that stuff, and I don't eat it as much as I thought I would, because, but I buy it just because I can, because Dad would hide it from us and keep it from us all the time. Like, and I mean, granted, for the people out there that are like, maybe he was just trying to keep you guys from sugary cereals. No, he was trying to be stingy. Okay, he was being stingy.
No, he ain't trying to keep that stuff from us. I remember when I came home, I love how this whole topic took a turn. But like when I came home from school, I was walking home, and then you remember those black jars?
Yes.
Yes. So the black jar was sitting in the kitchen on the table, just like in the middle. And I was like, oh shoot, Oreos are in there. So I got two Oreos. And then I called Dad and told him that I was home. And then he's like, well, I'm glad that you're home. You see that jar? And I was like,
No.
yes. And he's like, there's Oreos in there. And I was like, yes. And he's like, I counted those Oreos. And I was like, Yes.
Wait, the black jar?
Yes, yeah, where you usually put like sugar, flour, and all that stuff in those jars.
But the big one.
Oh, I thought I remembered this, but I don't. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. And then he's all like, is there something you need to tell me? And I was like, no.
No, did he have cameras?
No. Oh my gosh, I know. And so like this whole time, dude, the whole time my impendium, whatever that word I'm looking for, doom is like settling minute by minute, second by second, hour by hour. And I was like, how am I going to make these Oreos? How am I going to make these Oreos? Water? What else do I need? And I was like, no, bitch, that's such a stupid thing. You only have like 3 hours before he comes home. It's not going to work. And then mom, thank God, she's such a saint. She comes in and she offers everyone Oreos. And I was like, yes. So I didn't eat one. And then she offered everyone 2 Oreos. And I was like, I can't say no to the second one. So I ate the second one. And then I was like, oh shit, but then that means I have to like make up for one more. And I was like, mom, please offer one more. Please offer one more. Please offer one more. She didn't offer that one more. But I did not get caught.
Wow.
It was a very scary time. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'm wondering what that. We'll have to ask mom about that. See if she remembers
I
that.
don't remember it.
I mean,
We should still ask anyway.
I mean, yeah, honestly, because I could see that being a trauma response, or like not a trauma response, but like having like being stuck somewhere, like. Because there's so much stuff that we talk about all the time, and I'm like, I do not remember that, and I think I store it somewhere because it was so traumatic for me that I don't remember it.
Like you're getting choked out by a bag. That's terrible.
Damn. Yeah. There's so many things.
And clearly, I don't remember that.
So funny. I
mean, I
tagged
would
you on
block
this
that out,
picture
too.
or on this meme. The dude's like, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Well, now you have to tell the damn story.
Dang, this did turn.
You know what? This goes back to topic. Okay.
Of like how we're still alive.
Yeah, basically. So Candace, there was a little video that I saw on Instagram, and a long story short, there was an older brother. They were driving, and then there was an older brother and a younger brother. And the older brother looked out the passenger window and saw some girl and was like, "Oh my gosh, like hi!" And then the younger brother went behind him and put a plastic bag over his head and started choking him out. And he's like, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep." And I shared that and I tagged Candace in it, and I was like, does this remind you of something? And then she like responds, she's like, no, what's this? And I was like, you don't remember being choked out?
Serious, I don't.
So long story short, we were getting lectured, and lectures sucked because we would literally, like, the lecture would start at like 7:00 at night, and we'd be lucky for it to end at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
For real, she's not
That's
lying.
not a lie.
No, not at all. And these lectures would be like, oh, you didn't ask permission for snacks, which leads to, oh, you have bad grades, which leads to, oh, your chores suck, which leads to, you're going to be a murderer and you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison.
so true.
And it's like, dude, what, drastic downhill, what? And that's probably why the entire time I thought William was going to be a murderer.
Well, it's it, everybody. Pack up. See you in jail.
And so we were getting lectured over probably not, something with probably sneaking snacks or whatever. And then I just remember in the kitchen, there was Candace, there was myself, LaToya. I don't remember where William was. I mean, he had to have been asleep because I don't know. I don't remember where he was in the situation. But we had, like, just as kids, we were playing with plastic bags, putting the bags over our heads, just joking around, not anything serious, right? We would maybe keep it on for maybe about like 30 seconds or so.
Who hasn't done that? Okay.
Filled up. And we're not condoning this, by the way.
No, don't do that. No, don't. Please do not do that.
Nowadays, it's not safe. It's not okay.
It was never safe. Don't do it.
Well, yeah, it was never safe. It was never safe at all. Anyway, so our dad, he saw that we were doing that, and so he wanted to teach us a lesson. So to Candace, he'd put the bag over her head and he tied it off, and he's like, "Now breathe."
Why did that just trigger me?
Because that's horrifying. It would trigger me too.
So she did, and then mom was just like, "Ed, stop. Not okay. Stop." yeah. And then I just remember like mom advocating for you. And then I remember Candace just passing out. Not like you didn't pass out, but like you kind of collapsed, but then caught yourself. And then dad took it off. And then he's like, no, did you learn your lesson? I was like, oh shit. I don't know what we're supposed to just learn from this, but like, are you okay, sis? It was a weird one. It was a weird one.
Yeah, we had really, really weird lessons like that.
Yeah, like the whole. Remember when? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go this deep into this one yet, but I remember when Dad made me strip to my underwear. I was wearing wearing underwear, and I was wearing like a little like tank top or spaghetti strap, and he told me to get out of the house.
I don't remember that.
I do
Mom brings,
Yep.
like if mom's going to talk about traumatic experiences, that's one experience she talks about.
And he told me to leave, and I was like, "Where am I supposed to go?" And so I just started running. And like I think once Dad realized I had somewhere to go, because I was going to go to my friend's house. I won't say their name, but I can tell you guys after. But I was going to go to their house, and when he realized, I think he was just like, "Get back in here," and I was like, what do I do?
You said to leave.
Exactly.
Okay, I said I took the note.
Honestly, now I think about it, that's probably why I need so much reassurance or clarity when I talk to people, because of the back and forth that went on with Dad. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
And for
totally get that.
for him saying like, yeah, get out of the house, but then like, why did you leave? Because you told me to.
You said to.
Like
I took the note. Okay.
and that happened a lot. So, but yeah, that's. Whew.
I had a similar story to that too. Did you have a similar experience to that?
No, I'm just reflecting on my adulthood right now. Or how that has shown up, where I'm like, oh, I get it. I get so upset when someone tells me one thing and I do it and they say, I didn't, that's not it. And I'm like, you said to do this and I did it. So can I get some clarity? But it really makes me upset, because I'm just like, then tell me what it was, because I instantly go into like, I did what you said. And now I feel like I'm getting not retaliated against or punished, but that's kind of the trigger that comes up for me.
But they almost
nowadays.
It's almost like you feel stupid after, because
Yeah.
and granted, who knows if they know they're doing that or not, if that's their intent. But like for me personally, I felt that way too. Where then it's almost like they say, well, of course, why didn't you know it was supposed to be done this way? I'm like, well, because you told me it was supposed to be done this way, and that's why I did it that way.
Mm-hmm. And I sometimes will be like, I just want to get. I'm exposing myself. In certain circumstances where I'm like, I just want to make sure that I understood this correctly. Let me repeat it back so I can make sure that I have it correct. You want me to do A, B, and C? And they say, yes. Okay, cool. I'll do it. And then I do A, B, and C, and they go, well, no, you didn't do it. And I'm like,
YZ.
I was like, homie,
That is so true.
if you don't, I'm like, that's why I asked it in a very specific, slowed down, clear way to make sure that I got the info correct. And you said yes. And now you're telling me no? That's on you, bitch. Okay. That's on you.
Yep.
It is like instantly takes me from 0 to red. And I have to like withhold that rage, because it makes me so angry.
And she's the
because I don't like to feel stupid or humiliated. Like where I'm like, yo, like I asked the questions and
you were clear,
and I was very clear. Anyway, I'll get off of it because it's making me mad. But
I get that. I'm very much the same too. And it's funny that you like really pointed that out now, because I'm like, I do that all the time too. And it just, I literally like the inner rage comes, and it's like 0 to 100.
yes. It's not cool, but now I can understand. I'm like, huh. I'm reflecting on adulthood and how these stories are showing up in my life. Sherelle, you had a similar story that you wanted to share that you recall?
I mean, it was basically like, long story short, similar thing, but it was more of like, I was in my nightgown. Dad was like, no, I don't want you. No one's gonna want you. And so it was like nighttime,
stuff like that.
I want to say around like 9-10 o'clock. He's like, well, let's see who actually does want you. And he dropped me off at Columbia Elementary
school.
And I just sat there.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he left. and he was circling for now that I'm older, I'm sure he was circling for a little bit, making sure that nothing actually happened to me and no one actually snatched me up. But yeah, I was there for a hot minute. And then I think maybe like, I don't remember how much time went by. I would hope not a lot. But then he's like, get your ass in the car. And I'm like,
But you're the one who told me to sit here.
You said to be here.
Oh my gosh. Again, okay, honestly, this is really on point with everything we're actually started talking about to begin with.
Got
Like,
naked
how are we
snatched,
still alive?
right?
I really should have snatched my ass up too.
Really
I was
though?
waiting for your ass.
For real?
We laugh about it because we can't cry.
No, it's like, wow, like, sorry, I'm just having all these like epiphanies in my head right now.
Right?
But wow, that's crazy. But on the lighter side of things,
This is supposed to be a comedy episode. They went from like to hey y'all.
but I know some people understand us.
Oh, for sure.
I know some of y'all understand the situation.
Yes.
Like we know y'all, especially probably our black viewers, black listeners, because that black trauma
is real.
it's real.
I think also too, kind of going into kind of a little bit of a close. I don't, to a degree, parents. I don't feel that. I mean, there's definitely a line between like definitely not okay and like but I give parents grace a lot of times because like our dad, for example, he grew up with really tough love,
Right.
and
Like picking switches from the tree, tough love.
yeah, and like he got beat like extremely bad, and I'm not saying that it's okay, but like I guess maybe this is me making an excuse for him, but like he shows love how he received love. So I think that parents, there's just not a rule book. You do what you know how to do. What I blame people for is not understanding that there's different ways of trying things out. So, but anyway, it's hard to be a parent, speaking out of my ass, because I'm not a parent and there's not a rule book. So you just got to do your best.
Well, and can I add on to that? Like, it's interesting where, I mean, that's when we come in, people talk about in their cultures or in their families, generational, trauma, curses, trauma, that lineage trauma, like all that kind of stuff. And, we know more now versus when our dad and my mom were growing up. So, having other options, and also like, we're big advocates of going in. It's never too late to go to therapy. To go
Never
talk
too
these
late.
things out and
I
try to
go all the
find
time.
other ways to cope with your own past and how it shows up in your present. We are our past, our future, and our presents at all times.
Like a 60-year-old something client who told me that he just started therapy, and it's really
Oh, I love that.
to him, he was like, it was really hard to understand, things that happened when I was younger and see how it comes out, later on in life. So never, like, I thought that was a really cool example, and I was thankful that he shared it with me because it's never too late.
It's never too late. So, and even for, those who aren't parents and all that stuff, but like, it's interesting. We talk about all these things and this like empathy comes up for me all the time when I think about parents. Cause when you're kids, you see them as superheroes.
Right.
And then when stuff happens, you see them as the villain as well. But then when you get older, you kind of are able to see a little bit bigger. Yep. And see like where they're coming from and their experiences and stuff. So we say all
right.
It doesn't make it right at all. And also
Exactly.
you can still show empathy because you have a better understanding because you're a little bit older now.
Right.
So
No, I agree.
humanize
that
them
would be an
more.
interesting topic, especially now that I'm
You
a
are a
parent.
parent. Mm-hmm.
Because there's times that I'm seeing myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a dad thing that I just did, or that's such a mom thing that I just
Yeah.
did. But I think the difference between like, I think our generation of parents, versus like millennial parents, is that like we are so aware of it now that it's almost like we're so aware of it that we have to do something to change it.
Right.
Which is what I feel like I'm having to do as a parent. I see those things. I'm like, oh crap, stop. Nope, we're not doing that. And so instantly, if I do something, to the kids that I'm like, that I didn't feel was right, I instantly apologize.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas our parents wouldn't have,
Right.
you know, and like,
That's really important for children to see.
oh, absolutely. Like, we're not right all the time. But anyways, we can talk about that on another episode. But
Yeah.
let's
Yep.
get into Joy real quick.
Yes, but I have to say we should make this a two-parter.
Oh,
You know, because there's still more stories to share.
for sure.
And maybe it won't go down to or it might.
Who knows? This is unscripted.
It's unscripted, baby. Okay,
So-
close us out, sis.
Joy that happened this week, y'all. I had some time off from my job this week, and it was glorious, and it was so crazy. I went to therapy this week, and I didn't have any like struggles or stress to talk about, which was an eye opener for me. That made me realize that work is like really, really one of my number one stressors right now, and. I actually saw a wonderful friend yesterday, and she's like, "You look different." She's like, "You glow right now." She's like, "You're the normal, like not normal." She's like, "You are the Candace that I know." There she is, and I was like, "Wow, that was kind of eye opening for me." But that was my joy this week. What about you, Latoya?
Love that. My joy this week. Probably I already talked about the film experience, but I'm going to say it again because it was a week ago. I wrapped officially on my first lead in a full feature film.
Snap.
So, yeah, I feel very, very proud of that. Lots of things I've learned, lots of awesome people that I got to work with and meet, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But it's a huge, huge accomplishment that I hope that I can continue to grow in and become better at.
You will.
So, but that's my joy.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you both for your
Awesome.
support.
What about you, Sherelle?
I've been waiting for my flight attendant training to start. I got an offer in February, and I have been patiently waiting, and I got my training date, and I fly out June 30th, and I start July 1st.
Yay! Yay! We're so proud of you.
So excited for you.
My sisters are badasses. That's
Yes,
all I'm gonna say
yes,
about
you
that.
are.
Self-care, new adventures. Yeah, pretty badass. We hope that you found some joys this week as well.
Yes, and we just want to say thank you again for joining us. If you're brand new or if you are, you know, a repeat, you know, listener, we absolutely love you guys, and we thank you so much for supporting us and being here for us. If you want to, you know, have any sort of questions that you have to ask us, you can email us at sistasunscripted@gmail.com. Oh my goodness.
I just wanted. I hope you heard it into the mic.
That is so gross.
So nasty.
So nasty. Anyway, back to what I was saying when I was rudely interrupted.
Sorry.
by some ass.
Ooh, interrupted.
Oh, interrupted.
Oh, okay. Coined it here.
Interrupted. I love it. I like it too.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you guys would like to hear any topics or have any questions for us, please email us at sistersunscripted@gmail.com. Or you can DM us on all of our platforms online. We're on YouTube, we're on IG, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, all Sisters
Unscripted.
So thank you so much for being here, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Sisters.
So
Out.